What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the NXT review on July 23rd, 2024 for you all today. And we're going to be talking about what exactly went down on the latest episode of the developmental show of WWE's. And yeah, what a great show it was. Like, we had a very decent opener between Briggs and Jensen. And then we got a very great match with Trick Williams, and then we also had a thunderously intriguing main event, which we're going to be talking about all that stuff. And yeah, there was plenty of more teases and crossovers from TNA wrestling, which we're going to start off with mainly the NXT show. That's where then we got Trick Williams then got out of his car. That's where he then walked into the room with fans and the rest of the guys on NXT were like, "Yeah, like we love you, Trick. Like whoop that Trick." And that's where then Trick Williams then was trying to head out into the ring arena. This is where we got Cedric Alexander stopping like, "Whoa, did you take my advice?" This is where Trick Williams like. He was like, not right now. Like, I heard you, like, and I understand you, but I cannot take that right now because I need to get my NXT title back. And then he's like, and to do that is to get out into the ring and make it known. And then this is where then he walk out there. This is where then we got what's his name? Ashante Theodonis was like, yo, like Cedric, like you wasting your time trying to give him advice and he's not even taking it or something like that. This is where then we got Trick Williams headed out to the ring. This is where then he addressed like the NXT champion. And this is where then he said like, yeah, like, and this is where then he said like, yeah, like I had everything on my shoulders, like on top of my shoulders, and I had the world was my oyster here on NXT until it started crashing down, and then that man that what's that this is where he said I'm trying to find my footing back here in the main event spot. Now I've been talking to some OGs that know a thing or two of being in this business, and then and that helped me out. And he's like, yeah, and that's what led all one thing and that is you, Ethan. That is you, Ethan Page. Like, you will indeed see me again, and you will defend that NXT title against me. And again, I'm not gonna stop. And again, I'm not gonna stop. Like, I'm not gonna leave you alone until I get my title back. And he's like, so what is it, Mr. Ego? And then this is where we got Cedric Alexander came out because he was very ticked off that he did not take his advice of staying calm and just and avoiding what exactly he's doing. This is where then Cedric Alexander like, look, like I did not want to do this in the whole world, but you leave me with no choice. Like, and that's. And this is where he's at. This is where it's like, and he's like, this is not what you are looking for. Like, the advice that you asked me for, like, it's coming from a good place. And I need you to understand that, first of all, Trick. And this is where Trick was like, Cedric, I appreciate you, dog. Like, I already told you this. Like, but I'm not going to stop until I get my NXT title back. And this is where then Cedric said, like, yeah, while replying, he said, I hear you, but I understand where you're going through. Like, and I'm trying to prevent you from making a mistake. Like that. And he said, he's like, I'm trying to make sure that you're not getting blinded by the pack. So, and this is where then Trick Williams like, what do you mean by that? Like, I'm not getting blinded. And then this is where we got Ashante Theodonis came out. Like, he was like, hey, dogs, like Cedric, like. He's like, I'm trying to tell you about 1,000 times. He's not trying to hear you, dog. And this is where fans were like, yeah, we do not want to hear you either when you have to say this about our boy Trick. And then this is where fans were agreeing with Trick Williams when he said this. He's like, I don't understand why y'all even here. This is like, yeah, shouldn't y'all be on SmackDown? And this is where Trick Williams like, look, if y'all boys trying to stir the pot up in here, he said, we don't need that here in NXT. You can take that to the Friday night show. And then this is where then Ashante Theodonis then try to respond. This is where then he he was like, Trickle, what are you talking about? Nobody here cooking in this ring. Like, yeah, what? He was like, I'm just saying that you just dropped the ball and like on your NXT title match. He was like, and this is where what's his name got defensive. What's his name? Trick Williams. He's like Ashante, I never dropped the ball. Like, and this is where he's like, weren't you in the group that was that even for being somewhat successful? Like you were you were just the fourth wheel, I guess you could say, or the third wheel. Like, and he's like, and you're just you're the man that carries the ball into that team. And in this where then he did mock him by saying his old team name would be Fab, Top Dollar, and then used to be also Isaiah Swerve Scott, which he's now the current All Elite Wrestling World Champion, Swerve Strickland. But it's where he said their old group name, say Hit Row, and then it's where Cedric Alexander's like, I see that. That's what I'm talking about, Trick. Like you're letting your emotions dictate your action. Like, and that's why you're no longer the NXT champion. And he said, like, and you, Ashante, you're not helping either. Like, and you're just making it worse. Like, so if you excuse me and no offense, like, but you need to get into the back. Like, let me handle this my way. Like, you don't need to do this right now, Ashante. That's where then we got what's his name that said the Adonis was like Cedric. Like, no matter how hard you try to give this wisdom to this dude right here, like, it's not gonna click in his head. Like, you don't understand. Like, right now in this ring, like, he's in third place in here, and this is where Trick Williams like, what do you mean by that? Like, I've never been third place in my whole entire life. He's like, and Trick Williams has been nothing but gold, and like he's not gonna stop until we get that NXT gold back. And this is where the Cedric Alexander was like, hold on, like, and this is where the Cedric Alexander was like yeah, now like it may sound like the NXT universe is louder than ever, but it sounds like that you're saying that you're better than me. And he's like, do you think that? And this is where Cedric Alexander was like, that's why I didn't think I heard. Like, I was trying to respectfully give you her, but yet you're disrespecting me. Like, and you're you're also disrespecting my kindness for a weakness. Like, and I will not stand for that. And then, like, how about we have a match tonight? Like, this is where. And then this is where then Trick Williams would say, like, Cedric, I said what I said. Like, tonight is on. And this is where Cedric Alexander was like, yeah, it's on, all right. Like, you're going to learn your lesson. This is where fans started saying, whoop that Trick. And this is where then Ashante Diadonis smartly said, like, let's hope that this is not going to be a Trick mistake. And then this is where then Trick Williams had enough, and he just went and exploded right on Diadonis with a big right hand. And then the same goes to Cedric. Oh no! He nearly did this. He nearly did the same with Cedric, but he stepped right back. That's where Trick Williams started. He had a couple of another under uppercuts. That's where he clotheslines Ashante right on the out into the left side. This is where he did say, like, and I'll stay out of my ring. This is where Ashante Diadonis started to fight back. This is where we got Cedric Alexander and Trick Williams then went face to face. This is where then Cedric Alexander like, yeah, that's another reason why I should get justice, get some justice against you. And this is where Trick Williams like, okay, like if you think you're gonna get that justice and cash in your imaginary receipts, like, go ahead and try tonight. And then this is where they start going face to face. This is where they're like, yeah, like, I'm gonna get my justice. I'm for you disrespect me, thinking that you're better than me. Like, nobody's better than Cedric. And then this is where they go and forth, like, shouting at each other. And what's your thoughts on this match? And I find this very interesting, and I'm glad that we finally getting to see Cedric Alexander finally being in a prominent role, even though it's on NXT. But I guess it's better. It sure beats him not making TV appearances at all. Like, if he's not going to be on either Raw or SmackDown, this is the best show to put him on, like, at least in temporary purposes. I'll say, not not temporary purposes. I'll say in the time, more likely just time being, like, just to get, like, for some, I'll say, development protocols, I guess you could say, for him, like in this, like to make him more of a better version of himself. Because now that there's no Bobby or MVP that he can team with. Now, like now that they're about to be let go, like with their contracts setting up to expire, and then Shelton Benjamin's already out, like, and it seems like they're gonna do like a new version of the Hurt Business, like wherever promotion they sign with, because they said that they're going to be sticking around in the wrestling business in the foreseeable future, even after the WWE run on their post WWE run. Let me rephrase that. But let me know what your thoughts on Cedric Alexander's booking on NXT currently right now. Let me know in the comments. This is where we got This is where then we got Tyreek Egru and Tyson DuPont are poking fun at All Eagle Ethan Page about last week, like with him getting pinned by Oral Menza. This is where it's like, and then this is where it's like, like you cannot believe that you just got pinned by that guy, and ain't he like the right hand man of Noam Dar? And this is where then they start mocking by doing a count. This is where All Eagle Ethan Page like, are you serious right now? This is where the Tyreek Egru was like, dude, what's that bad? And then this is where all you go to pay. Like, I'd say last year, like, none of that bothers me. And this is where then we got Tyson DuPont was like, are you sure? Like, we got, like, And this is where it is like if I'm concerned, that could be a preview of an official a short title reign for you. And then this is where this is where we got all you go to the page. Like, let me make something clear for your information, for you guys' informations. Like that was not an official pinfall victory. Like, and you know what? Like, it's wild to me. Like, you think Like, and it's it's so wild because y'all are not so bright to me. This is where they're like, oh, like, and he was like, and this is where then they're like there's nothing wrong with being embarrassed. Like, it's all right. Like, and this is where all he goes pays like, how dare you? Like, you guys are not even worth my time. So I'm gonna go to somebody that's actually worth being I'm gonna go somebody that's actually gonna be worth my time. This is where we got Josh Briggs was heading out to the arena to take on his former tag partner and brother, Brooks Jensen. But this is where we got Brooks Jensen then ambushed him right before he even got in the gorilla position. This is where they start fighting, fisting into each other until they finally got into the arena. And I was like, wow, like, I know this is going to be a very intense match, but I know it's going to be this intense to the point that we can see them starting it in the backstage area, which I should have been warned. But they were fighting there, and then we got them right into the ringside area, right into barricades, like with Josh Briggs throwing what's his name? Throwing Brooks Jensen right onto the upper right side. This is where he picks up Jensen's head. This is where he starts hitting some striking right hands to the head onto him. Like, this is where we got Josh Briggs then start stomping on him right onto the audience, like right to the front row. This is where we got. It's where Josh Briggs then, I believe, tried to go for a running tackle like maneuver, like a spear. But this is where we got Brooks Jensen move out of the way, right in the bottom right side. This is where then we got Brooks Jensen was breathing a sigh of relief, like saying like I'm glad that he did not literally kill me. But this is where he tried to go for like an impaling DDT, but this is where we got Josh Briggs, then send him and bulldoze him back first right onto the ring post. This is where fans start chanting, "We want tables," which that's the WWE Universe's favorite weapon in all of PW and WWE history. This is where they start chanting, "We want tables." Like, and also if the Dudley boys were here, that's where Josh Briggs like, "You guys want tables?" And he's like, "And you, Jensen, like, you crazy, wild, like, ungrateful piece of trash. Like, I'm trying to calm your ungrateful jealous ass down. Like, and trying to tell you that you are a big time single star, like, and you need to express that, but not in the way that you want to do it. Like, because the way you want it is way out of control." And this is where he choke slammed him right into Alan the announce table. This is where it exploded. This is where fans start nearly chanting "Holy Sugar Honey Iced Tea." But this is where Josh Briggs threw a little more punishment onto the his former tag partner. This is where until he threw him right back in the ring. This is where we got but this is where this is where somehow what's his name, Brooks Jensen, then grab on the kendo stick, and I believe he started whamming it onto Josh Briggs, and then this is where he brought in Simba to steel steps. And this is where then he started talking some sugar honey iced tea onto the commentators, Booker T and Vic Joseph. This is where he was like, "Here's a gift for you guys to watch right in front row in first glance." And he's like, "And there's another one." This is where he started whacking Josh Briggs right into his back. And this is where he's like, "And this is a gift for you and you and you." This is where he started whacking him. This is where Josh Briggs was like, "Stop hitting me with that stick." It's getting very irritating right now. This is where he grabbed onto the kendo stick. He had a big right hand right to the face, but this is where we got Brooks Jensen to hit a right hand right back at him when Josh Briggs tried to grab the kendo stick and try to use it for his own. But this is where we got Brooks Jensen to try to go for like a pile driver maneuver right onto the Simba the steel steps, right onto the top, trying to pull a Mick Foley, I guess you could say. But this is where we got. It's where we got what's his name, Josh Briggs, and counter out of it. Is where he then that's where then he put his leg right between the steps. This is where he kicks the front of it, and this is where he hits the front part of his leg on his knee. This is where he hits a reverse closeout from hell, right when he turned around and started screaming in agonizing pain. And then Josh Briggs also added a back suplex. Back first by sliding like if he did a Russian leg sweep. This is where fans start chanting "Holy Sugar on the Iced Tea." This is where my mouth was very wide, like how it was yesterday when Braun Breaker got DVD'd by what's his name, Ilya Dragunov, right off the hardest part of the ring apron, just like a certain particular wrestler from the other company would do. But anyways, this is where we got. Fans start chanting "Holy Sugar Honey Iced Tea," and no, they were not asking the guy that was running the snack bar that they want an ice cold refreshing beverage and make their cups holy, which I don't know what that even means. But this is where, surprisingly, both men got back up after taking such a brutal, impactful spot. This is where they started playing wrestling tennis with their boots, like hitting it right into each other's face until they went right into to their respective corners in the left and right side ropes. They hit their boots right into each other's face. This is where we got Josh Briggs trying to get back. This is where fans start chanting, "This is awesome." And I was like, "Yeah, this match is totally awesome." I too was very invested. I was like, "Yeah, like these guys that are trying to be single stars in their own right, like they are actually showing that here tonight, and we could potentially see them as future main eventers one day in WWE, maybe even on the main roster." But for now, like this was a perfect. This was a perfect stepping stone for them to take advantage of fighting into the second most prestigious spot on the wrestling show, which is the opener, next to the main event, of course. Yeah, which the main event is the most number one important spot on the wrestling card on a wrestling show. But this is where we got Brooks Jensen and grab onto that white steel chair that he had, like when he was whacking Josh Briggs with earlier. This is where he tried to wham it right onto Brooks, but this is where Brooks hit a big right knuckle punch right into his left jaw, knocking him out cold. This is where we got Josh Briggs to try to use the steel chair right onto Brooks Jensen, but this is where we got somebody encourage him to just do it. And there was none other than the man that knows chairs more than anybody in wrestling, and that is the chairman himself, Shawn Spears. And I was like, what the hell he's doing here? And this is where Josh Brooks saying the same thing. He's like, can you just leave me alone? This is where he started grabbing on him, and this is where he got pissed off. Like, you want to just leave me alone? Like, get out of my life. Like, I don't want you around me. And this is where we got Brooks Jensen that took advantage of his moment. He whacks Josh Briggs right in the back with the steel chair. This is where he stared at Shawn Spears. This is where he started repeatedly hitting him with that same steel chair right onto the back of Josh Briggs. This is where there was not stopping. This is where Shawn Spears was loving what he's seeing. This is where he hit him right to his midsection. On top of that is where we can't do nothing about it because of the OTQ match. This is where Josh Briggs like stop when look like that we got Brooks Jensen was about to stop and show some mercy, but this is where he's like, I know, no, like I'm not gonna show any mercy because like this guy, this is the same guy that thinks that I don't have any regions in my jewels. And then this is where they start whacking him with the steel chair after stomping on him. This is where then he let go of the chair. This is where he picks up Josh Briggs. This is where he's about to hit his finishing maneuver, which is a DDT that looks similar to like Raven or Tommy Dreamer like DDT, especially right through that same steel chair he was using against his former tag partner. This is where then he did like, this one's for you to Sean Spears while he did it. He went for a pin, got the 1, 2, 3, winner of this match, Brooks Jensen. And I guess I'll give a big congratulations to the former NXT UK Tag Team Champion. And it looked like he formed some kind of an alliance with Sean Spears because Sean Spears was very happy of him that he let his inner, what he said that excuse me, yeah, I don't know, like his inner, he expressed this, finally expressed who he is, and that it was in his inner, I'll say, what word to put it, like I don't know, but yeah, this is a new alliance between the chairman and the I'll say in the menace Brooks Jensen. And what do you think about this? Let me know in the comment section right down below. I think that they're going to be this sort of alliance for in the foreseeable future, maybe until like next year. Like if what's to say one of them get drafted over to the main roster, and then one of them has to leave the NXT brand and one has to stay. But I think either way, we're going to see both of these guys get called up to the main roster because they look absolutely ready. But we're just going to have to wait and see, and probably in less than 12 months from now. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be seeing them going to be antagonizing Josh Briggs, and I wonder who's going to be helping him out. Like, I'm trying to think who could possibly be, who think should help out Josh Briggs into this 2-on-1 situation. Let me know in the comments down below. Let's move on. This is where we got Nathan Frazier. Then got brought on this phone. This is where we got Axiom was like, hey, Nathan. And this is where then before Nathan could even say what's up right back, and this is where we got the Rascals then came in. They're like, yeah. And I was like, wait, don't tell me that they're going to have the Rascals try to win the NXT Tag Team Championship, because the last time Zachary Wentz was in a WWE before making his return in the crossover about a couple weeks ago. Like, he was teaming with Wesley, and they were the NXT Tag Team Championship. And then, but he had to relinquish the tag team champion after getting released due to some unfortunate happening in his personal life. But that was in the past, and then all passed, and then now he's back, even though he's not as Nash Carter anymore. But I guess he gained something right here, like with him bringing in Zachary Wentz, all due to the TNA collaboration. But yeah, this is where we got Wesley was like we were hoping that we would run into you guys because we know a thing or two about the tag team division here. And I want to ask you your highest opinion about our match last week. This is where Axiom did say y'all did amazing. I thought this day would have never come. With you in that rivalry with the Gallows Boys. I don't know who would help you out with that. But this is where we got Wesley's like, I appreciate you, man. It feels so much better. And he said, this is where he's like, it feels so good to be hanging out with some old friends like here in this brand. This is where then Zachary Winston was like, sometimes you got to look in the past to get forward. And this is where Trey Miguel then then reminded them, saying, like, speaking of the past, like, weren't you two ever were these exact championships that Nathan and Axiom was? And this where then and Wesley was like, you know what, Trey? Like, you were right. Like, I think, like, and then this is where then we got, and then this is where. And this is where they, oh yeah, Trey McGill's like, did y'all ever lose those tag titles? He's like, let me check my Palm Pilot. He's like, no, like the last time I checked, like, no, we did not